Hey, peace, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm pretty was up watching the debate, and I think it was amazing between the three candidates, Zohran Mamdani, Curtis Lewa, and Andrew Cuomo. And I think it was very compelling. A lot of telltale situations what each candidate would do if they in office as a mayor. Um, but I would say, in my opinion, that Zohran Mamdani stuck out extremely more. He's more resilient. He's younger. And I think we need some young leadership nowadays. We got all these old, no disrespect to the older people, because I know one day, God willing, I'll be an older person too. And who knows, maybe I indulge into politics at that time as well. But I think that sometimes we need some young blood. And Zohran Mamdani is, I would say, that young blood that brings the energy and the hope that New York City needs. Looking at the race and all the questions they was asking, I think he did the best job in answering it. Although I like Curtis Lewa, I think he did a decent job as best to his ability. But I think he don't have the range as it pertains to certain politics when it comes to certain things. I just think he don't got the range. Maybe when it comes to like policing and defending, in which he has personal experience in. But I think when it comes to everything else, I don't think he has the range. I think Zohran Mamdani got more range because it seemed like he just knew what to say all the time. Even when they threw out the 311 thing, is what got me the most, was that what each candidate had to say what call, what is the number one phone calls. And the only one that got it right was Zohran Mamdani. He said noise and housing, but noise was on the list as number one or number two as the most frequent phone calls to 311. And then basically they stated, they asked the moderators asked what they would do afterwards. And I think that he aced it. He did pretty good. I mean, he did pretty great, And I think Zohran Mamdani is going to take it all away, And I think he's going to make some serious changes. Because one thing we don't want is politicians constantly saying the same stuff over and over. Always talking about, oh, this is not possible, this is not possible, this is not possible. But when you see all these wealthy, rich people getting all these type of tax breaks, that shouldn't be possible too. It's unfortunate that it seemed like these politicians only work for the rich. And and the rich have the right to be rich. But at some point, you got to push back a little bit and say, hey, you know what? Let's help the everyday working people. You know what I'm saying? It's not that we try to take everything away from them. But when you look at the wealth gap between rich and poor, it's going like this. So if you got candidates that's getting money from these same donors, how can they affect change when they're getting funded by the same people that we need to do something about their situation? We need to slow them down a little bit. All right, you're making money, fine, that's cool. You're getting subsidies, government subsidies, and you're getting breaks and all that stuff. All right, so what happens to the breaks for the working class people? Right now our healthcare coverage is due to go up at the end of the year, which is going to be crazy because those subsidies, the ASA subsidies, expire in December. So it's going to be a nightmare for a lot of people. I think a lot of people already got letters in the mail, so that's a whole different story. But back to the situation, I think Zohran Mamdani did a great job, And in my opinion, my critiques, I would like to see Curtis Lewa work under Zohran Mamdani in some capacity. I think there's room for him to do something. Nothing for Cuomo. Cuomo seemed like a robot. I'm not really a fan of Cuomo. I was a fan of him when he was in office. But once all those scandals came out and the situations with women, and no disrespect, I understand the culture of Italian culture where they kiss when they greet and stuff like that. But when they talk about sexual assault or like touching people and stuff like that, that's a little different, touching people in places. I mean, alleged. This is all alleged. I don't want to get sued. I don't have no money, so you'll be suing me. You'll be practicing. You'll be spending more money on attorneys. And I'll file bankruptcy. I'm not afraid to. Because I don't have shit. That's just for anybody that want to sue me. Good luck. If anything, you'll be wasting your money, and I'll laugh at that. But back to what I'm saying. I think Zohran did a good job. I think we need to give him a chance. He's 33. He's 33. He'll be 34 this Saturday. Let's give him a shot. See what happens. He wants to do something for all American people. He wants to make buses free. I think that's going to be the tough one. I think that's the most tough one on his project list. But healthcare for kids and stuff like that, like not healthcare, I'm sorry, childcare, I think that's possible. It happened before in the past with Blasio at some point. So I think Zohran can deliver on that. And Kathy Hochul seemed to be on board with that too. She likes the idea of it. So that's something that could come to fruition that could really help out New Yorkers. So let's give him a chance, because at least he's talking about whether everything he's trying to do don't come to pass and it doesn't work out. The fact that he's trying to do it, we need to give him a shot. Because it seemed like if you go for Andrew Cuomo, you're going to get what Mayor Adam was given, which wasn't shit. You know, Mayor Adam raised things up. But that's a whole different story. I'm not talking about Mayor Adams. He already dropped out. I'm going to give him his grace and his break to relax. But Andrew Cuomo is going to pretty much, pick off what Mayor Adams. And then they both beholden to the Trump administration. And if they're not, then why is it that he got open investigations? You know, he got open investigations with his scandal with the kid, with the women and stuff like that. So that's a whole different issue. We don't need somebody that's messy that got all that baggage. You know, so far Zohran Mamdani is cleaner than a lot of them. So let's go for him, see what happens. But leave your opinion. Tell me what you think about it. That's just my opinion. Hey, I'm not an expert in politics, so don't be sitting and say, how dare you say this guy. I'm just seeing I'm just looking how I see things. I would like to try something different. And one thing about misery is trying to do the same thing, trying to get a different result. It doesn't work that way. Sometimes we gotta try something different. Zohran seems to be a lot different. I may not agree with everything he stands for, but he's definitely singing the right song right now, and I think we need to give him a shot. So, New Yorkers, do what you gotta do. I don't live in New York, so I can't really do, but I'll be supportive from the background with my pom-poms. But y'all take it easy. God bless everybody, and peace. I didn't want to even make this long. Damn, it's 7 minutes long. It's so damn long. Nah, peace, everybody.